are officially live at this point. Give folks a chance to get up in here. Let's see. I heard when you're not around for support, my emotional rhythms are. I listen for your harmony. I miss when you're apart from me. You are the only love I need in my life. What you guys think about this weather, man? 80 degrees the last couple of days, and we about to have rain supposedly come tomorrow. What the hell?
It's California, man. You know what it is,
Man,
we had ice on the ground a couple weeks ago, and it's been 70, 67 degrees almost for the last 2 or 3 days. For the rest of this week, it's supposed to be about 70 something.
Where you at? Where's ice? Where was ice at?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they give us an ice storm once a year, I guess, around about this time. So
there's another animal right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real ignorant weather around this way.
Shoot, be do. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. Before we even get started, I just got to do a little something like this. So for all of y'all who have been following the story, guess what, y'all? I'm back. I got my laptop back. Thank you, Southwest Airlines. I appreciate y'all. I just didn't think I was going to see this computer no more. But guess what? It's back in full effect. Happy to have it back. I can do all my little special effects and the whole 9 yards. So let's go down the roll, do a little roll call, acknowledge some folks that's here before we introduce the panel. We missing a couple of them grown folks. Hopefully they click the button and get up in here. But if not, we can have King Talk. That's for sure. Good evening to you, Lolo. Good evening to you all the way from the YouTube world. Thank you for being here. Dana! Soul Body Mind Detox. That's my girl. She says, what? Hey, party people. What's going on? What's going on? Hey. It's Miss Felicia Walker. Perfect Timing Fashion Boutique. That's that mobile boutique. Get all your fashion, some custom made, and the whole 9 yards. Good evening to you, ma'am. I call her my shero, y'all, my shero. Why? Because she is a traveling soul. She's been somewhere everywhere. I'm trying to be like that when I grow up. And I don't mean, Compton to Gardena, Watts to LA. I'm talking about cross continent. What do you call them? Time zones, like big time zones. 12 hours to get to your destination. That's what I'm trying to do.
You got steps.
Right? And that's Miss Keisha Wagner. Lolo says, hey, fellow city worker, welcome.
What's happening? How come I can't see the comments, though? I can't see nothing.
I'm popping them up on the screen. I'm not sure if it's, the phone be doing something different.
All I see is you and bro.
That's it. Okay. Dev, how do you see it, or do you see the comments?
I see the comments on the side, the little side panel where we always look at, where we can go to the private chat or the regular comment, and then whatever you post, it pops up on your
yeah, maybe if you turn your phone maybe to the sideways.
I just turned it to the side. I see a column on the right that you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you, but I don't see any comments, nothing like that.
It should pop up comments. It should be there. V-Rod, my brother, Busy. What's up with you, man? Thank you for being here. Hey, as soon as the show is over, I'm gonna change out of this shirt and tie and do that gentleman thing. Meet you up at that little spot tonight. We'll be there. Dimples, good evening to you. Thank you for being here. I know you probably hard at work, but if you ain't doing nothing, you can definitely listen, right? All the way from Memphis, Tennessee, it's my sister, PK Owens. Thank you for being here. I got to start pushing them back in here, Berdina, thank you for being here, ma'am. I see you. Thank you. Good evening to you. LOD's in the building. Michael, What's up with you, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Tanya Tatum, the 49er fan. Bang, bang. Niner gang. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Miss Tatum. Oh, man. Miss Juanita Williams, good evening to you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Man, that's a lot of people here tonight. Feels like I've been missing or something. All the way from Memphis, Tennessee. I see you, Fluff. Fluff is in the building. Thought I was going to call her Savannah. Not me. My brother, all the way from Detroit, Michigan, Reaper, or shall we call him Roy Fowler? My Joy, I see you. Joy's in the building. Thank you for tuning in, ma'am. We got that one already. I meant to hit that one all the way from Memphis. Boy, Memphis, it's a takeover or something. Memphis is in here. It's hard.
Gotta be present, man.
Right. Tamara, good evening to you. Shatrice, I see you. Snack pack. And look at this. 110 to the end. That's my brother. Boy, I see him somewhere everywhere. He just be popping up, walking up down the street. Hey, man, how you doing? What you doing here? Chevelle, what's up with you, man? Happy to see you. Oh, look here. Look at here. I'm about to give it up. That's my baby girl, y'all. Sasha Thomas. Good evening, Sasha Pooh. How you feeling? Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the morning for sure. Sherry, the lovable Augustus. Hey, Orlando. Marley, or is that you? Good evening to you. 110 to the end. So good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. Like I said earlier, we got the laptop back. Thank you. Compliments of Southwest Airlines. My laptop made it all the way to Scottsboro, Alabama. But by way of FedEx, it came back home. So I'm happy to have my property fully intact, including my vaccination card or whatever that was that they gave me. It was all in there. My comb for my beard, everything was there. I was just happy for that. So
That's what's up.
That's what's up, right? TG, I see you. Good evening to you. Hopefully you can see my background. You know, I still got caution up on the wall. Yeah, that part right there. But anywho, without further ado, you guys, I got some gentlemen here. We're going to call them kings tonight because that's what they are. Before I introduce them formally, I am going to say that we are going to talk about some things that some of us run from. And it came to mind probably about a month or so ago. My panel member here, EJ, before I introduce him, he had a live moment and it just hit. It hit hard. For those who are paying attention, it hits hard. So let me introduce my panel to you guys. You guys all know this guy himself. It's the dude, Devin.
What's up, brother?
Good morning.
This young man right here, EJ Johnson Sr., he has been in the background, you know, hiding, but he always throws some little hit rocks here. Now, every now and then, he has chime in and say something. Tonight, we're blessed to have him here. Thank you, EJ, man, for being here with us.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Let's see who else is here. Amanda. Hey, Amanda. And that looks like Toy. I hope I said that name correctly. Toy. She says, hey, EJ.
What's happening?
So, you guys, tonight we are going to talk to the fellas. It looks like it's just going to be the fellas. I don't know where Miss Day is. I don't know where Mr. Snoopy Cliff Mello is right now. And Miss 3 is at PTA. So, we'll wait for her to join us. But I'm going to start our conversation with this. Dun, 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 dun. Let me find it right here. Y'all ready? Tonight, we start the conversation like such. Recognizing and preventing men's health problems is not just a man's issue. Because of his impact on wives, mothers, daughters, and sisters, men's health is truly a family issue.
Absolutely.
Meant so EJ had a live moment, like I said, about a month ago, and he was talking about something heavy. Matter of fact, EJ, why don't you go ahead and just tell us about that live moment, if you remember, which I know you do.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
what you were talking about.
yeah. So I had been experiencing some issues. Come to find out, I was having some issues with an inflamed prostate. Um, I'm the type I'm gonna go to the doctor for just about anything. So I noticed when I would get up in the middle of the night how my when I would go to urinate, it wasn't a good flow. So I knew right away something wasn't right. So it made me follow up with my doctor, lab work and all that. Um, my PSA level was a little high. So come to find out, um, they wanted to do a biopsy on my prostate, which they did. And let me tell you, it wasn't pleasant, but it had to be done because they wanted to make sure there wasn't any cancer in there. And results came back all negative, no cancer in sight,
Right.
So I was glad to hear that. But still, I know a lot of times men are reluctant to go to the doctor. It's no secret. And I went live to try to, encourage others to not hesitate. Don't think twice about having an annual physical, annual lab work, because you can be feeling fine and healthy, but you can have some shit festering inside you,
Mm-hmm.
sit dormant, and then you wait too late, you know, and
Boom.
it's too late,
Right. Right.
So, I put that out there just to try to, let the bros know, like, hey, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to go to the doctor, because your family depends on you. Like you said earlier, it's not just us, it's family,
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I went live. That's why I talk about it. I've been talking about it. So,
Hey
yeah,
man, I appreciate you for putting that out there. And
yeah,
you're gonna hear a lot of these tonight.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's so critical for us. It's important. I ain't gonna ask you how old you are, but if you want to volunteer, you can give that information.
Man, hey, look, I'll be 53 this month on the 30th.
Right. There
Hey,
you go.
a lot of people they didn't make it to 53, so I ain't shaming my age. So
Right.
yeah,
Right. And like you said, you go to the doctor. I'm not that guy that goes to the doctor just because.
yeah,
It's definitely got to be something for me. But as of lately, it's like, you know what? For the last couple of years, probably last 3 years, I've really been going to the doctor and getting my annual checkup.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. If you don't do nothing else, do that.
right. There he goes. He's in the building.
Yes.
Snoopy Cliff Mello.
What
What's up?
up?
No, he ain't in the building. He's in a
All right.
undisclosed location.
Shh.
Remote location. Mello meet EJ.
What's up, brother?
EJ
What
Mello.
up, man?
All right.
So this is definitely turning into King's Talk for real. I kind of like it. Oh Lord, here we
Oh
go.
Lord.
Attention, customers.
All right. Let me put this on mute.
Uh, all
Yeah.
right. Hey Chanel, Marquita, I see you. Um, but yeah, I've been going for the last about 3 years. Pretty much since I was able to secure my employment with this great city of Los Angeles. Taking advantage of those benefits, man. And going to the doctor is one of those things that, like you said, as we get older, we really need to go get checked out.
Absolutely,
Um, some of us are walking time bombs,
man.
with whether it be the prostate issue, whether it be your high blood pressure, whether it be your borderline diabetic. I think if you black, it's a natural thing for all the doctors to say we are obese, we all overweight, la 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 la.
Right.
But we need to get those things checked out. And having you here to share that, man, was great. I'm happy to hear that nothing negative came out of the what you say you had a biopsy?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
biopsy.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, nothing
For
positive.
what?
Yeah, nothing positive. Prostate biopsy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they gave me something for the inflammation too. So I've been cool, you know,
Mhm.
because
Yep.
they say, you know, when we get this age, it's normal, it's natural for your prostate to get bigger,
Right.
you know. But you know, and that's why it's more so important to stay on top of it, you know.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And my
So
doctor just told me, because I just had a colonoscopy, and prior prior to that, I had my, annual checkup or whatever. My numbers had gone up just slightly, and so I had a earlier checkup a couple of weeks ago, and the doctor said everything was fine, but he said, I don't even know how we got on the subject. We talked about biopsy, and he said there's a catch-22 because now there's a battle within the doctors on the PSA, reading the PSA numbers, because when they do get a certain um, level, doctors automatically want to get a biopsy. But he said 80% of the biopsies come out negative, but he said 50 to 60% of those men develop infections, and
mm,
then 30% of those pass away because of those infections.
Mm.
So they're saying now the doctors are, they're battling with each other on whether a biopsy is necessary and all this other stuff. But
Yeah,
he said the bottom line is you get checked.
yeah, they gave me antibiotics to start to take it. I started them 3 days prior to the procedure. And
Uh-huh.
no, I'm sorry, 1 day prior, and then I finished the rest. At you know, it was 3 days. So 2 days,
Uh-huh.
1 day before, and then in the second and third day, you know, just take them till they was gone. So uh,
Right.
I haven't had any complications or anything like that. So
That's good.
yeah.
so what do you guys, fellas, kings, what do you think is the main reason for us men having a lackadaisical attitude about going to the doctor in the first place?
I think fear is a factor. You know, not wanting to know. You know, the unknown. You know, some people don't trust doctors. You know, I know a lot of the old folks, you know, our grandparents and great grandparents. I remember a lot of them didn't even like going to the doctor. They was always sick. You know, had to drag some of them to the doctor. You know, so I think it's kind of passed down. You know, to not trust doctors. You know, in general. That that's my experience. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think for me, I don't have that attitude because I guess my mom, we had regular checkups every year.
Mm.
So, and fortunately we have, good doctors. Uh, I never had that fear. My dad, on the other hand, my mom has to stay on him, but as a result, he has regular checkups.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
but I want to know because every man, all my uncles, my mom has one brother and my dad has four. They all had prostate cancer.
Right.
So I want to know. I'm not afraid. I need to catch it as early as possible.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm looking at the comments, and they pretty much go in sync with what's been said so far from you fellas. But I'm looking at Mark Leonard's comment, and he says, "No news is good news,"
Nigga.
Mm-mm.
and and
Mm-mm.
and that's that mentality. Like, I don't even know if it's no news is good news. It's more like I'm gonna ignore it, and it's just gonna go away. It's not gonna be an issue for me because I don't know about it,
Right.
which is bad. Bad for all of us. Um, um, Listening to Snoopy Cliff Mello, he just said his mom had to stay on his dad to go. how important is it really to have that support system? You know, the wifey, the girlfriend, the boo thing. It could be your daughter, it might be your mama to encourage you to get yourself to the doctor. How important of a role is that in your life? And that's to any of you fellas.
What
It's
you thinking too? Oh, I thought.
Any of
Oh,
it's
y'all.
really
I'm just
important because from what I've seen in my experience, women are the ones that be like, I got to go to the doctor and get my checkups and make sure I'm okay. I didn't really see that a lot with the men. That was in my life. When I was growing up, I saw it, but I didn't see it. It wasn't like they weren't always, I gotta go to the doctor, I got a doctor's appointment. Like, you didn't hear that a lot. I knew they went, but as far as it would kind of be one of those things where they would wait until something probably something bothering me, then they'll go and get it checked out. And sometimes, like, I remember this doctor, he's not a medical doctor, but he always said, you can't deal with your health in the emergency room. That's not where you deal with your health. It starts with you first. And then if it gets to the point where something's wrong, okay, you need to get with an actual doctor. Well, you can't just walk up in there one day, hey, doc, it's hurting on this side. What do I need to do about that? Because that's what it's going to be like if you go to the emergency room. So that's what I saw growing up. But, just growing up and seeing the issues that the men in my family have had, that kind of put me on a path of, okay, let me do something different. Let me try to eat better, get exercise. Let me, stop going to the doctor and getting all the information I possibly can to take care of myself, because part of being a parent, a dad, is you have to teach your children exactly what you know.
Right.
So how can you tell your child, well, take care of yourself, and then you're not doing it, or you're not trying to take care of yourself?
Right.
You can't say, okay, I'm gonna take you. I don't want to go to the dentist. They kicking and screaming because they don't want to go to the doctor, but then they don't see you go. They don't see you doing anything to, promote your well-being or your health.
Right.
That's what I'm on my. It is Orlando. We never had a conversation about what we talked about, but I think for the second time I just watched the earthquake special on Netflix, and that's exactly what he was talking about. He literally went all, he earthquake. Y'all know how he get down. And I was watching it the first time. I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and let me get back to it. What I always say, me and about 3 or 4 guys at work, I all say the same thing. Like, man, you know what, man? I'm gonna start doing this. Let's start doing this. Yeah, let's do it. And these guys are, in my age group.
How old is that again? What was your age group? 40. What was your age group? I forgot.
I'm 39. The oldest guy,
okay,
40,
see,
and all the other guys is like, in they, mid to late 30s or whatever. Just guys I work with, hang out with, and this to the third. So, I think that's important too. Of course, it's important if your significant other is there for you, saying, hey, if you say, hey, babe, I'm gonna go to the doctor. Well, what's wrong? No, ain't nothing wrong with going to go to the doctor. And she ain't got nothing to say about you. What you been out there doing? No, that ain't. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, right.
Like, I gotta go to the doctor. She gonna be trying to see if I've been, brought some home or some shit like that. So, that and it's just a lot of, I think it's a lot of stigmas, especially with black men, that we try to figure like, well, we all right. We all right. We tell ourselves we all right till we die. And everybody like, how did he die? He was all right.
Right.
Because he didn't go get no news. So the news he needed could have saved his life or taken it. And he decided to turn a blind eye to it. But if an ostrich put his head in the sand, when the predator comes, the rest of his body is still exposed, and the predator can still get him.
Right.
So, out of sight, out of mind doesn't work with your health.
No.
I'm looking at this comment from Darlene. She says, very important to support, encourage, and even push your mate to their health at the top of their to-do list. And this is where we're going to talk to the ladies. I know I'm one of those guys that tell you in a heartbeat, you're not my mama, don't talk to me, don't tell me nothing. However, as life changes right before my eye, I'm more in tune to listen, or inclined to listen. Ladies, you are a driving force. If you are fussing, then 9 times out of 10, he's going to disconnect. He's not going to hear you.
Right.
But if you are having adult conversation, he's going to listen to you. He may not react right away, but he's going to do something. And I know that to be the case because, like I said, just EJ just popped up on live. You know, live pop notifications pop up on your phone all day long. I'm okay. Let me see what he's talking about.
Right.
And boom, he's sitting in his vehicle talking about the very thing that any male that's 49, 50 years of age or more, it's a reality for us. It's something that we have to face. Because if not, then guess what? That no news becomes bad news versus good news. And I know Mark Leonard, I know you corrected that, but it actually sounds more appealing right now for this topic. So, but yeah, we have to keep that going.
Yeah.
Ladies, mothers, daughters, wives, boo things, whatever, whoever it is, talk to your fella, talk to him, help him. And then technology, man, it's so much better now. You know, I went to the doctor and shoot, they took 6 vials of blood, literally. And I was like, well, I think I feel dizzy, doc. You know, you done took all my blood out of me. I don't feel too good now. And, you know, he laughed it off. But I swear, by the time I walked out of the doggone doctor's office, my phone is going off with the notifications of my results of certain tests.
Right.
Over a 2-day period, I done got all my examinations and numbers and blah, blah, blah. And you know what mess you need to clear up quickly if you got that. I mean, right down to STDs, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, dang, that was quick. Y'all got everything. They making it easy. Say again?
You got the Kaiser?
No, I got Cedars.
Oh, Cedars? Oh, they got an app too?
Well, I'll go to Cedars. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Type in your username and your password and
Yeah, the same shit. Yeah.
Man, I mean,
that's how mine was. You know, you just like you said, you set your appointment up through it.
Yeah.
Right.
You go to your appointment,
everything.
You check in for your appointment. Then when you get the doctor ain't got to call and tell you nothing. You ain't finna be arguing with him.
Right.
With your phone. Hold on, let me see what it is, bro. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it ain't good. Yeah, you know what y'all was saying? You know,
right.
Chat, you can follow with video chats and all that. So.
Yeah.
Yep. And it takes away the excuse for a man.
Oh, I got to work and I can't take off work.
I can't go back and I can't go get the results and the da. It's right there on your phone. You got a whole medical record history on your phone. It's right there.
Exactly.
It's right there.
You literally can live your whole life on your phone, and that's it. Like, pick your phone up and order you some food, order you some clothes, pay your bills, work. You see what I'm saying? Go to go talk to the doctor, get your information back from the doctor. You might leave to go to the doctor, but pretty much everything else you can do it at the house. You ain't got to go nowhere. Like we the Jets.
You just having that epiphany?
Huh?
You just having that epiphany?
Oh no! Just with the conversation that we're having, like he said, it's not an excuse anymore because that has been an excuse that I've had before because I couldn't take off.
Yeah.
So
like health has always been my priority. My doctor just said my cholesterol was up. You need to eat less meat.
Right.
Which I haven't been eating anyway. But for January, February, I had little to no meat at all. Strictly, if you want to call it, vegan lifestyle. And the numbers went way down. My blood pressure was way lower. Not that it was that high anyway, but it does make a difference. It does make a difference.
Did you feel? How fast did you feel the difference?
I've been doing it for over 3 years now. So, but I know when I eat a lot of meat and say for bread too, I feel the difference. I feel heavier. I do feel tired. And when vegetables, I do have more energy.
Yep.
Right. So
and not only that, but
I was gonna wait till you get off here for that one, but that and some good old water.
Hey, I said I was gonna get a T-shirt made. It's gonna say, "It still works." And it's clean. It still works and it's clean. That's what I was gonna have on right on the front of my chest. But Miss Darlene once again says, remember, people, many killers are silent and asymptomatic. Regular screenings equal early detection. Early detection usually equates to life.
That's right.
So whoop, there it is.
That part.
You know, us fellas, I'm proud of each of y'all. I'm gonna definitely give it to you.
Oh, that's right. You back.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
But like EJ said earlier, when he introduced himself, that he did his live because he wanted to encourage other men. We men, this is probably the first episode that I've had a gentleman after dark, and it's just all the fellas, like for real.
Right.
We have to relate to one another better than what we've done. We have to give each other the real talk. And one of the things I always tell Snoopy Cliff Mello, because this is my brother, this is my best friend. I appreciate him because when I'm wrong, he tells me. When I'm right, he tells me. We have no bullshit conversations about life. So those men that are in your world, your personal friends, those are the guys that you really have to step up to, hold them accountable, to hold themselves accountable. Because as we read in the beginning, recognizing and preventing men's health problems is not just a man's issue. Because of his impact on wives, mothers, daughters, and sisters, men's health is truly a family issue.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
I think if you got somebody that you're close to, guys that you kick it with, your friends, even if you just hang out from time to time, ain't nothing wrong with asking him, not going into his medical information, but just do it like a slick check-in. Like you gonna go hang out with somebody and you don't really know too much about him anyway.
Right.
Hey man, yeah, what's up, man? You had you some water today? I started taking these vitamins, bro. They work. Or I start eating more fruit, and this is what's going on with me. We can still have our guy talk because sometimes brothers just don't know. Man,
Right.
I ain't got to. I think I'm just tired. That's probably why it ain't working. No, bro, you ain't eating right.
Right.
Man, now you gonna let Jody end up going in there and take care of that. Jody been eating fruit, taking care of himself, drinking water. You up here?
He didn't say Jody.
Yes, fresh fruit and veggies.
Darian, what's up with you, man? Good to see you. Long time no see. So, this conversation, we done dibble dabbled a little bit on this whole prostate thing, right? And I won't call it a thing, but scenario. We'll call it the scenario. Situation. Okay. So, of course, I'm always perusing. Why you?
Because I know it's coming.
Why you do all of that? So, I was perusing on social media, namely TikTok, and I saw this, and I'm gonna have to strain my eyes to read it. But it says, if he is 59 years, how much sex is appropriate to him to have within a month? Now, I gave y'all the answer at the bottom that was written, but I wanted y'all to actually guess it.
What's that? I can't read that.
Okay, I'll read it for you.
Read it. Do I need to not read it before I...
Don't read it yet.
Okay.
How much sex for a 59-year-old? 59.
I can't speak on that.
I can't speak on that. I'm not 59.
Okay, well, use your 50, 53, and
I'm such a baby.
and you're 31. You how much? How much do you?
My 51, I need it often and regular.
You stupid. So
hey, I got a high sex drive. I ain't afraid to admit that. So
did I tell you that Sasha was on the show?
Oh, sorry, Sasha. Sorry, niece.
Hey.
Sorry, niece.
Right. So
allegedly.
So this is what the TikTok comment or the answer was. It says men need at least 21 ejaculations per month. This is the minimum recommendation to protect him against things like prostate cancer,
Right.
helps to lower blood pressure, reduces risk of stroke and heart attacks. And it mentioned also, and I can't see it right now, but it mentioned depression and anxieties.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah.
21, y'all. 21.
But now you
In a
gotta
month.
understand this too.
You know what? That number is not that far fetched, man. Especially if you know, if you got a wife or a live-in mate. That's really I just ran the numbers in my head.
Numbers wrong.
369.
Right.
I'm like,
Carry the one.
that's pretty doable, man. That's pretty doable. That minimum 21 is pretty doable. You know, if you're in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
right situation.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
And even if not, you man, look, you set up that pin up if you want to. Everybody will like, why he cut folks off the track and cutting everybody off?
Hey, my daddy had a shirt that said sex is a misdemeanor. The more I miss, the meaner I get.
Yep. You upset, like, what's wrong with him? Everybody like,
Is that why some of us is old grumpy old men's?
Yeah.
Yes.
that is exactly what it is.
Man.
Man, you know what's wrong with old dude over there. He come back one day like we're here. Like, yeah, good
Right.
weekend. Okay.
So after I read this, I said, man, that's somebody with TikTok. They playing games, right? So I
No, those
said,
are facts. Those are facts.
hey, I said, oops, wrong one. I said, hey, Google. And I asked the same
Jesus.
question. And Google said, it's found men who ejaculated the most, at least 21 times a month, had a 20% lower chance of prostate cancer versus those who ejaculated 4 to 7 times a month. The more the number increased per month, the lower their risk.
47 times a month, man. Doghouse. Or something. What you do, bro? You know?
4 to 7. However, let's be real.
Yeah.
Some of us, our lives, we're not blessed to have it 21 times. Some of us, I don't want to claim it, but some of us, you know, probably are prostate cancer victims at this point. You doing
Hey,
great.
you better
to get
turn on
4 to 7.
Pornhub. You better turn on Pornhub.
Oh my
That's the
God.
go-to. That's the go-to.
It's crazy.
Allegedly, Sasha.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Allegedly.
from what I've heard, I mean,
Allegedly.
guys at work.
Yeah, from what I heard.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
ladies, if you are still here and you're listening, 21, 21, take care of him. Help him. You know, help him. Show him you love him. Right? Help
That
him.
47 times a month stuff that's bull jive, Jack.
Hey, 4 to 7. Like, wait, what? That part. So, EJ, how much time you got? You know, I do got a great question, man, for the night.
No, I'm cool for right now. I'm cool.
Okay, good. So, ladies, for all of you guys that are out there, please be sure to, you know, tag a brother in, tag a king in, tag a fella in, tag your dude, your husband, your boo, your beau, whatever you call them, tag them in on this conversation. This is some grown men stuff talking. It's a reality check, especially if you're in the 50 bracket, pushing the 50. If you got an AARP card and he got one, tag him in. Oh, you don't got one yet. You got a little
What's
time.
the AAP card?
It's like a library card, but it gets you some different benefits.
That's
don't have to pay full.
That's what always messing with me.
Oh man.
This guy.
So here go our question for tonight.
That's good.
Oh, it's on banners. The ladies ain't here tonight, but men, maybe you can answer. Why are men only loved for what they can provide?
We might have to. That's real.
Ain't that a lady question?
No,
Yeah,
give me
like,
what you feel. Why do you think the ladies only love you for what you can do?
Well,
Mm.
I mean,
It's been
I,
it's been it's been a while since I've been with someone who just did that, but they love what I can provide. But I don't think it's just that's the only reason. But I think if you come out that way, it kind of taints it, and especially for the if they're materialistic, then
true.
that's what they're gonna be with you for.
that's what I was gonna say. Them are materialistic women.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
if you can't give them what they want at that point, it's like, who can?
right, right.
Okay. So I know Mello is always good. We need more content. We need more content.
Context, you hear
We
me?
need more
Yeah.
content. So I came up with that question because in one of the other groups that I am in, the question was asked of women, could you date a man who didn't have a car? And of course, them ladies said, hell no to the no, no,
hmm
no.
Went to the church with it.
Right.
They
Did the
said
bull
no.
with them.
So maybe I should ask the ladies in the audience that same question before they even address why are men only love for what they can provide. If the man don't got a car, is he a dateable fella for you?
Troy says no. I know her answer to that.
But some of them same women want you to date them and they ain't got no car.
Right.
Ooh.
Hey, you know my story with my brother when we had Lewis Entertainment. We sitting up in the back, watching our brother perform because we were managing him. And when you do that, it's amazing. Women peruse, they like sharks. They circling. All right, they somebody. So she mosey on over to my brother, trying
Right.
to talk. Hey, how you doing? Da da da. Oh, I'm fine. So he flirting back. One of the questions was, so what kind of car you drive?
Mm.
My brother cold with it. What kind of car you drive? Well, I,
Yeah.
I asked you. Well, I'm asking you back. I like to ride in nice things too. Where
Mhm.
you live? He just threw it all back on her.
Yeah.
So
So we got some responses, y'all. Felicia Walker says, not true. Men are loved for how they can emotionally provide.
It's it's really gonna be one of them. You have to do like a survey or something because it's like you can ask 100 people and you're gonna
All
get a
right.
bunch of different answers.
I
But
got
it's
four
kind of
fellas
like,
on the panel right now. Four fellas from four different walks of life.
right.
That's including myself. Felicia just said it's not true. We're loved for more than what we can provide. Men are loved for how they can emotionally provide.
In some cases, that's true. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah, it just depends.
everybody has their own opinion and wants and needs. You know what I mean? So
hmm
all that's true, but
Okay.
it just don't work for everybody. You gotta, you hope to meet somebody that, you're compatible with, that, you guys can be on the same page,
Right.
in all aspects. So I agree
Okay.
with you. Just don't cover all, just some.
Okay. So our sidebar question was, women, can you date a man without a car? And I
what are
believe
they
that these
saying?
I believe these responses are for that question. Here we go. Michelle Fennison says, yes.
Okay.
Piper said, no.
Okay. Got one
Ma-
yes, one no.
Majoy said, yes.
We had two yeses.
Um, let's see. Lolo says, providing does not entail just materialistic things, shelter, food, future dreams. Come on. Okay. Um, Trey says, if you court them from I'm gonna assume that's inside out, then that becomes a desire, craving versus materialistic things. Or is that from yeah, I think that's inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she did correct and say inside. Okay. Tanya says, if you are over 40 there should be some form of stability. If I have a car, job, and a place to stay, he should too.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I would hope that any adult who's making a decent living would have all those things, you know. But sometimes, you know, people fall on hard times, and just not having not having good luck in certain, you know, with jobs or whatnot. You know, sometimes it's not always that a brother is being lazy. Sometimes, you know, you be out here really trying to get it, and you know, this ain't working out. You know, so just depends on the circumstances. You know.
Okay. Michelle Fennison says that's not true because not all men can provide financially. But according to society, men are supposed to be the providers of the family. So women won't want to know before they invest their time.
I really
They
want to
want to
talk
know.
to society. Whoever I want society to roll because society got people changing their whole way of how they're wired just to look good to society. So we need to call society, okay? Put them in the trunk and be who we are. Because everybody's got an individual thing that's about them. But if you focused on, and that's what we talk about, this is how society sees a man. Hey, look, if a man can't provide, if he ain't got this, that, the third, then is he really a man, or is he a man that's worth being in a relationship with? You see what I'm saying? Because society says, you don't. Society will say something if you were a man who is in between jobs. You see what I'm saying? Society says, who is this society, and why are we so focused on what society sees in us, and we're not even looking for what we got in us already, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I
Put
need to
society in
find
the trunk.
society.
Throw them in the trunk.
Who is
Darlene
society?
says, when women love, they love. Real women appreciate a real man. Real women and real men provide for each other in many ways, some of which cannot be measured.
That's
I could definitely agree with that one.
Yep.
I could
Because
definitely
you
agree with
you
that
know
one.
my situation when me and Troy first met, leaving a girlfriend and about to get divorced from the wife, sleeping on my business partner's uh twin bed, and my business was on a downturn. But hey, she stuck right there with me. She got on that twin bed with me,
Mm,
and you don't find many people like that.
right.
But I knew for myself that that was just a little hiccup for me, and so it was no doubt. But for somebody else to want to be in a relationship with me, even during that period, and not be like, you know what, I'll wait till you get on your feet all the way. It wasn't. It was never like that. So
Right.
yeah, that when you find somebody like that, you gotta hold on.
Right.
That's
You
true.
gotta hold on.
Even if you being that way towards yourself, like we were talking about health earlier. If you find yourself needing to take care of yourself and you start doing it, you got to keep doing it, because if you worried about somebody else doing it for
Hmm.
you, you're gonna die.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, oh well, I need you to tell me to eat, and I need you to tell me to go to the doctor. I need you to, what happens if she's so busy with that that you can't, you don't have it?
Right.
Now ain't nobody being taken care of, because ain't nobody taking care of themselves or each other, and we still having all
Right.
these problems.
Juanita says, it all depends if he just had an accident,
Oh
but
Lord.
is it in the midst of getting, is he in the midst of getting another one?
Somebody
Not
could have just stole the car. Why had to be an accident? Somebody stole his car, and the insurance check ain't came yet.
Wait, maybe he just can't point blank afford a car.
Yeah, the motor locked up on him. So
because you know what?
car accident.
Mello just said, because he can't afford a car, right? But then, you know what? Somebody gave him a little hoopty, the little bucket, the buquita, right? That is going to get him A to B for sure, home to work, and occasionally maybe to go see his kids or his mama or whoever he's going to see, maybe her.
Why ain't it be?
But she ain't going to want to get in that little bucket.
Right.
She ain't gonna
Because
want to
of
get in that bucket.
society.
Yep. The society is in the trunk.
She ain't gonna want to get in that bucket.
Society be their friends, their girlfriends too. Girl,
Exactly. That's society.
girl, that.
But you know what? I heard this woman telling this story about the first time her and her husband had went out on a date, and his car was ragged. I think he had to open it, let her in on his side or something like that. And he ended up being the president, Barack Obama and Michelle. She told this story. I forgot what show she was on. I was just like, that poor man always been in the White House, Jack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said his car was busted. But it was, it did what it did.
Right.
So Michelle Finnison, she's my devil's advocate always. Hey, Michelle. She said, what would you tell your daughter? Remember, she's listening. Hey, Sasha Pooh. So truth be told, since she is here listening, truth be told, some fellas just ain't gonna have no car. They ain't. Some fellas don't like cars. I'm one of those dudes. I don't like a car. I don't. I've had it. I've owned it. I've had several cars. But at this point in my life, I choose to ride. Can I afford to buy a car? Sure, I could. Do I want one at this point? No, not really. And when I do decide that I want one, it's usually because it's freezing cold. But guess what? I'll layer up and put on an extra layer of clothes and still ride my bike to work or wherever I go. Now, if having a car makes or breaks me, then I wasn't meant to be with that person in the first place.
Right.
True story. One of my first girlfriends, one of my first ones, I didn't have a car. She did. I had a job. She didn't have a problem with come scoop me up. Sometimes anyway. It wasn't all the time because a man ain't going to have you be his transportation if he's a true guy. He going to figure his way to get over there. Even if I had to, hey, Snoop, which way you going? Oh, I'm going this way. Let me jump in the car with you and get dropped off at the corner and I'll walk the rest of the way. Or let me catch the RTD at that time. If having a car is the main stipulation, then baby girl, you don't need to date. You don't. Because sometimes some of the best men out there are these ones, these nerds, these square bizzes, if you will. They ain't got no whip. Or they got a little bucket that's helping them get where they needed to get to. So, as far as I'm concerned, if she wants to have her own, she can have her own. Even our youth for today. Our youth today, a lot of these kids don't even have driver's license. Their easy way around is Uber, Lyft.
Yep.
I was gonna say that too, because I've told my daughter the material things, you gotta look beyond that. I mean, there has to be a goal and a plan. Like I said, I'm not saying he got to be reaching to be a millionaire, this and that, but he needs to be able to take care of the family. But what he has at the moment, if you're working toward that or the goals are lining up, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because like you said, at this point in the world, in society, we got too many alternate transportation means of transportation. As long as you get you home safely, pick you up safely, that's what matters to me.
Right. And what's so funny, even when you look around our demographics, we got a whole rail system for us here in Southern California. We got a whole rail system. We have a melting pot of a population of people. It ain't just black people living in the hood no more. Yeah. You're going to see Biff and Bam, Buffy, Jody,
skateboarding.
Oh, man. But guess what? A lot of these folks are buying homes in the hood. One of the main reasons is because it's close to work and they can jump on the train and get to work in no time flat. Or if they need to use their Uber, they can do that. So I'm gonna just mute you there. Whew, that was killed my. So if you got a car, fellas, cool. take care of it. You can pick up the lady sometime. But guess what? I could always rent one if I wanted to. I got a license. Or if you're really bad, go on and be like Darius on Love Jones. Pick up Nina, put her on the back of the bike and take her for a ride. Shoot, be do. I'm just saying. That's what I would tell my daughter, but I know she ain't gonna get on the motorcycle. She don't like that. So, anywho, moving right along. Let me see some other comments. She said, that's different. You're a motorcycle rider. You right about that, Tanya. I'm gonna give it to you.
Tanya, I got a motorcycle and a car. I like cars.
Right? Only cars I got is on Grand Theft Auto. That's when I'm playing video games. Shooby doo. Anywho, what else, man? Let me see. Darlene, she says about that car, it's important for an individual to know what they need in their own life. Wherever you are in your life, it's up to you. Who's that? Let me see. Oh, there we go. He says it's up to you to make decisions that fortify your belief system, goals, and dreams, whatever they are. I agree with you, Miss Darlene. And not that I don't agree with a lot of the other ladies, because I do some of the things that are said. But definitely we got to we got to get past the materials. And I get it. You need some transportation, but I do preach this simplification of one's life. Simplify. I was talking to a coworker about the amount of homelessness that we have in our neighborhoods now. The one thing that stands out to me is this: the homeless, they have an abundance of things, all this different stuff. They've taken up the whole sidewalk, so on and so forth. Their life isn't simple for some reason, and they're homeless. We have to start getting rid of the unnecessaries in our lives to keep our lives fruitful. We bog ourselves down with some of the things, and I'm not saying don't own a car or don't own transportation. I'm saying keep it simple. If you bought a Mercedes-Benz and you really don't have Mercedes-Benz budget to maintain, because the oil change is $600, why did you buy that car? But I know I read somebody's comment said, I'll ride in the bucket with you. We do got some of those ride or die hard chicks that would get in the bucket, but we also got those other ones that's beneath me. I'm not getting in that. And then, unfortunately, the fellas will feel some kind of way to the point that they're not even going to reach out to you to see if you would even be willing to go with them, because they already know what your response is going to be. But I could be wrong. Who am I?
And that's probably why a lot of guys, in the area where I grew up, it was always the guys who had the cars and the real fresh, the Tommy Hilfiger and the Ralph Lauren and all that. And it seemed like that's what they were worth. So they got all the attention, but that's all they had. You take those things away from them, it's like you're not even a regular dude. You're like the invisible man. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And of course, again, society. Oh yeah, if that boy want to take you out, if he want to be your boyfriend, he need to have a car. So the guys who had cars had girlfriends, plural. You see what I'm saying? But once that didn't happen anymore, it's like, what you got? Now it's gonna be like, well, I want somebody I can have a conversation with longer than 5 minutes.
Shooby do.
Who open door for me and things of that nature. So,
some of the ladies are looking for what is it? Sapiosexuals? Trey, ain't that the word? Trey, ain't that the word? Sapiosexuals? I mean, hey, who am I? I don't know. I'm just saying. But like I always say, what? I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, nor am I a gynecologist. I'm just, a guy that likes to talk when I can talk. That's it.
I
That's
went
all.
on TV. Because Snoopy walking, so I had to, I had to say it for me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh,
Think you were gonna
shoot.
miss your cue.
Hey. Well, fellas, I appreciate you guys. EJ, shouts out to you, man. Thank you. Keep getting those checkups regularly.
Man, my pleasure, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, we all gonna
Go back to the yard, shut it
yes,
down.
yes, sir. We all gonna make it a point, man, to reach out to the fellas, especially those that are in our inner circle, educate and encourage. Educate and encourage
Yes,
our
sir.
bros to get out there, go to the doctor. It's I won't say it's painless, but it's painless. You get your results in minutes or hours, or within the next day or so. Just
Early
go.
detection, man. It's all about early detection. If there's anything there,
That part. Go get it done. Go get it checked out. Go take a look. We want so much from each other, but we got to start wanting more from ourselves. I want more from me. I do want to live longer. I got a whole daughter, and I'm hoping to, one day become a grandfather. Not too soon, baby girl. Not too soon. Please. Please, not too soon. Keep that
disclaimer
way down the line, but go see the world. But I would like to live long enough to be Pawpaw or something of that sort, and go from there.
I got 10 of them, man.
There you go. Look at that. You got 10. I'm 0. I'm 0 for 20. Look, I'm 0 for 21 right now. I'm 0 for 21.
Wait a minute. You got 10 kids or 10 grandkids?
Grandkids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
They've been
Okay.
They've been busy.
Hey,
Well,
that's
fellas,
a blessing.
If y'all got any final words, I see Snoopy Cliff Mello making that walk. EJ is on his way back to the yard. Y'all got any final words for the fellas, for the ladies, for anybody? Now's the time.
Hey,
Well,
just to piggyback on all what was said, just be encouraging to the men in your life and to each other. And that's pretty much all I got,
Yes, sir.
Have each other's back.
That's it. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Snoopy Cliff Mello, how about you, bro?
sending healing energy to everybody.
As always. The dude, how about you, man?
Man, I just want to say, the men, man, be more focused on yourself than just the outer appearance. You know what I'm saying? Worry about the little inside stuff that, the simple stuff. You can start building a building with simple stuff. All you got to do is just start somewhere. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Start drinking more water. Start parking a little bit further away from the door. Start eating a couple of fruit snacks instead of just, chips. Just change little things. And then, of course, you're going to have to do some big things sometimes too. But I think that if you got that, make sure that the people that's in your circle have that same mentality that you have, because you are the 5 people that you hang around the most. So if you around some guys and they not doing right, check them. That way you can be checked when you're not doing right. Man, you ain't, did you eat today? No, I ain't eat. Here, get you some of this sandwich, man. Don't do that. We got 9 more hours at work. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do something. You got to make. I don't need you falling out, because then that's gonna be more work for me. Sometimes that's the tough love that they talk about. Sometimes.
Absolutely.
So, be there for your brothers. Let your brothers be there for you. Check each other, and then of course, man, be open with your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, your spouse, all that. You need to make sure she knows what's going on with you too, because she'll need to be waking up in the middle of the night talking about some wake up, and then she got to call them folks to come and drag you up out of there because you didn't find out what that was that you kept feeling in your. No, I don't do that.
Right.
I don't do that.
That part. Well, I guess my final words would be, ladies, love on these fellas. Fellas, love on yourself. Love on yourself first. Then you can love on these ladies, or your lady, singular. I don't need the ladies on my head about that, but
yeah, they'll be all next 5 shows.
learn to take care of yourself. That's one of our biggest issues. We don't take care of ourselves as men. Take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Get it checked out. Don't wait for it to fall off or fall out, or the pain is just so unbearable. Go get it checked out, man. Go. You'll thank us later, if not sooner.
Yeah.
That's our time, you guys. Again, thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here, and I appreciate you. Miss Day, Miss 3, we missed y'all tonight, but the ladies in the audience definitely represented for the ladies population. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down like this. From the desert to the sea, and to all who have decided to chat with me, good evening.